Hello, everybody. Today's Tuesday. Time on the clock says 10:30. So that means it is time for a little bit of Fantasy Grounds, Dungeons, and Dragons. And you're looking at the screen saying, but wait a minute, that's not Fantasy Grounds. And you would be correct. It is patreon.com. I support Pog S Props. He is a map maker. And just looking at some of his stuff, it's been a while since I've looked at his maps. So like this one here is a Elven Ruin, which is awesome. I like it a lot. Not sure what exactly those look like. Bones, I'm guessing. Yes, those are bones. And it's a statue, more bones and stuff. Lots of bones. Very cool. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take this puppy. So yeah, I've been supporting him for a while. Boom. And so I get some maps as part of my support. Save as. So when you're gonna save a map, the key is when you find the map that you want, one, you want to make sure it's legal. You don't want to steal stuff from people, but there's tons of free stuff out there. In this case, I'm paying for it because I pay for Patreon. I support them on Patreon. Um, and the second thing is you want to remember where you put it on your computer. That, as long as you know where you put it, the rest of it can be fixed. So we're going to say this as, don't like the long name, just going to say Elven Ruins. Boom. Delete. All right, so I'm sticking it in my Fantasy Grounds Maps folder. Save. Now, how do we get rid of this? Getting rid of this. Go away. There we go. There we go. See, now here's another Avernus. Elven Ruins. Um, sure. Let's take this puppy. And I'm just going to make Avernus Ruins 2. Elven Ruins 2. Save. Some regular desert stuff. I like it. So, Sven, what are you going to use these for? When are we going to see these maps? I don't know. Okay, get off my back. I'm just finding some cool looking maps and putting them in my entourage. Do I want the green? No, I'm not going to take the green. Or in the snow. Um, River of Sticks, and there's even more. Yeah, so he does tons and tons and tons of stuff, like this guy here. So look at this nice little lecture hall, right? Pretty cool, right? He also has dangerous invocations on fire, a giant hole opening up in the middle, high magic, apocalypse, fire wave, infestation, magical surge, night. All these different versions of the cool looking map. School of Magic. Um, and he doesn't do only fantasy stuff. Again, this is Pog S Props. Pog S is one word, and the space props. Um, so like this one here is a sci-fi junkyard. He's done. So there's just some nice desert ground if you want some ground for your stuff. A cool little coliseum. Um, so if you go here, there's tons of stuff. He also has a website. If you like his stuff, uh, it's. Let me double check real quick since I brought it up. I may as well show you. Right, 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 right. Yes. Okay, here it is. Pug is proppies. Gee, shocker. It's progressprops.com. So if you don't want to support him on Patreon, that's absolutely fine. I understand. Um, he has tokens, tons and tons of tokens. Really good stuff too. Really, really good stuff. Avernus War Machines are amazing. Boom, he's got 2 different sets of Avernus War Machines. I mean, he's got nice, nice stuff. He's got sci-fi props, um, game essentials, GM essentials, Arctic fauna, um, and then of course, so many maps, so many maps. So he's really good. I like what he does, and it's not insane. See all this stuff that he has. Anyway, so that's what I was doing. Is I was getting ready for the stream. But today we're going to be doing some map. Last week in the stream we were doing some conversion. So we took a 3.5 book, and I was taking some of that book and incorporating it into my campaign. So I showed you, I had the PDF, so I brought in the image, we took in the text, we converted it into Fantasy Grounds so you guys could use it. That's what we covered last week. More maps than you can shake a sextant at, Zinno says. You are absolutely right, Mr. Zinnu. So check out last week's. It's D&D, prepping for D&D Fantasy Grounds Unity number 39. That's right, today's number 40. If you want to know a little bit more about that, today we're going to be doing something similar. And we're going to be, so Wizards of the Coast came out with a campaign called Dragon Device Fire Peak. It's part of their starter set or Home Essentials kit. I forget exactly the name of it, but it's amazing. It's really good for first-time players, first-time dungeon masters. The Fantasy Grounds version is also amazing. Dungeons and Dragons has several starter kits: Rick and Morty, Stranger Things, uh, Lost Mines of Phandelver, and then this Dragon Device Fire Peak. The cool thing about all of these is that it takes you step by step by step. They each comes with pre-made characters with a pre-made adventure, so you can just jump right in. But it tells you, okay, as a dungeon master, this is how you run an encounter. As a dungeon master, this is how you decide how many monsters to use. This is what you click to bring up your map. This is what you tell your characters. Uh, so it goes through everything step by step, and the Fantasy Grounds versions cover all of the Fantasy Grounds stuff too. So starter kits are a great way to jump into the hobby if you're unfamiliar with it. Um, but because I am me, what we're doing is we're taking the map and we're going to be tweaking it. Let me show you what I mean. So for example, this is the map. Okay, nice room, nice room. But so for example, this room was empty. It did not have, here, let me throw this on top. That's what it looks like. And it's a great map. You can use theater of the mind, but when you open up what's in the room, it's a bedroom. So being me, I went ahead and I added the furniture. Are we done? No, I'm still gonna. This is old stuff with dust and cobwebs and stuff, and stains and things. So I'm gonna be adding that to this map as well. But I wanted to go ahead and put in all the furniture first. Same things like this room here. There were statues. So again, this is what it looked like before. And that's what it looks like now. So I added the chest and the statues, add a little shadow on the chest. So and the bed and this other smaller chest too. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be reading through the contents of each of these rooms and checking to see what we need to add to the map to make it look a little bit cooler. I did want to take a quick aside since Zinlu is in the house. First of all, welcome Zinlu. Mr. Z had some issues with his internet, still fighting that battle. So he hasn't been able to stream as much as he used to. But you still show him some love. Go to his Twitch channel. That way you can see him when he does show up. He also reintroduced me to City of Heroes. So I want to take this time to mention a couple things. One, Zinlu is awesome. Two, City of Heroes is awesome. City of Heroes was a game I played for many, many years. It's now in its 17th year anniversary, but there was a big gap. I want to say it was at least 5 years, might have been more than that, where it didn't exist. They just stopped using it. But some players got together and reopened it 2 years ago ish, and so it's back in action. If you want to see what City of Heroes looks like, check out. I put my YouTube there in a minute. Search YouTube for Spencer77. You'll see I have 2 streams for City of Heroes. And what I did was I had my wife make a hero for me, and then her sister made a villain. So I have City of Heroes hero, City of Heroes villain. I'm going to run through them, get them up to level 50, and then we'll start that process again. So I had no control over what they look like or what their powers are, and we're going to run that through. We're going to be starting that on Thursday mornings. Also, periodically throughout the week, I'm going to be playing it. I've been playing it a ton. It's a great game. I love it a lot. I've tried a couple of the other superhero games that are out there. Just never really fell in love with them as much as I did City Heroes. And now that I'm back in City Heroes, I've been playing it nonstop. I have a half an hour for lunch, so I play it for like 25 minutes um, during my lunch times. I mean, that's how crazy I am about this game. I love it. So thank you, Zinlu. I appreciate it. Um, I'll be actually playing it a little bit later today. I'm probably going to stream a little bit of it too, just to because I want to get that rolling, get the hero and the villain stories rolling a little bit. But so check it out. Watch down below for my uh, for my if I can speak here. Um, look for when I'm going to be doing that every week. It'll probably be early Thursday mornings, just because uh, that's really the only time slot I have. I'm going to be dipping into my sleep time, but hey, it'll be worth it. Um, anyway, so last thing I want to mention about City Heroes is one of the reasons I love it is because it's very, very easy to play with friends and find friends. Um, I used to play it back in the day with my father and my son, and um, I was telling my son about it, who is now 20. What year is this? So, he's 31. Um, and I was telling him about it, and he jumped on, and we made characters yesterday. So he's this big giant minotaur guy, brute, with this oversized titan size sword. So he's 8 feet tall, and the sword is probably 12 feet long. I mean, it's just insane. I am the exact same character, except where he is black with a little white accents, I am white with little black accents. Except instead of being this tall, huge, hulking, giant monolith of a character, my guy's really skinny. But we set them up together at the same time, so we both look exactly the same, except mine is tiny, skinny, opposite colors, and I'm an archer. So he runs in, pounds the crap out of them, and I shoot him from a distance. We're villains, and we're having fun. He picked the last name Child Chew. So we are Gregor and Targ Child Chew is our character names. Anyway, so I just want to let Zenu know and let you all know City Heroes exists. It's out there. Watch it on my YouTube channel. And if you want to see me playing live, make comments. You can pick my character. Uh, come watch on the Twitches. So let's get back to some mapping, shall we? So I'm pretty much done with these two rooms. So let's find out what else is in these other rooms, shall we? The way you do that, there's a couple different ways. So I found the map. You can go through the images. You can go through your story link to open up the map. So now we're going to go here to privies. So rusty chainmail curtains conceal a pair of privies, each with a wooden bench set against the back wall. The chutes for the privies descend deep into the mountain. Okay, so if I really wanted to, I could put wood here. I don't care. They're bathrooms. They're not going to do anything. The players aren't going to do anything with them. So we're going to move on. When we age everything and put distress around things, I'll put I'll make sure to add some interesting colors and stuff in here. The hallway is empty, so let's see what this room is. This is the upper east hall and balcony. Earthquake caused part of this empty hall to collapse. So we're golden. So this is actually not really a room. This is just a little balcony. It says a 40-foot high ceiling supported by 4 stone pillars. And this is just the balcony. So this is the upper floor. When we go down to the lower floor, it's dark. The other thing I'll double check and make sure. Yep, line of sight is drawn in here. Okay. By the way, we had a question the other day. They were like, hey, why is this a window? These arrow slits? The reason these are a window, because if there was just open, the players would be able to move their tokens from here to here. Well, an arrow slit is like 6 inches wide. Your characters aren't going to be able to squeeze themselves through there, so they didn't want the players to be able to move their tiles between there. So that's why there's a window there. And you'll find all the arrow slits on this map have windows. So it's a good way of doing it. You can still see right through it. So when the player's tokens are right here, they can see through the arrow slit. And vice versa. If they're standing here, they can see into this room, but they just can't pass through it. All right, so what I was showing you guys is unlock. And then you go to disable lighting. Boom. So this is the lower floor. I added these shadows right here. So what had happened was the group got to this place is called Axe Home. Come on, I'm trying to make it a little bit bigger. And it's just not cooperating with me today. Let's see, lock it. Come on. Behave. So the other way of doing it is to hold Control, click, and you can move it this way too. All right, so as you can see, I did the same thing with this map. So there's grass stains here. In this room over here, you've got all these barracks, tables, and beds. So there's another privy. Pretty exciting stuff, huh? I just dirtied one of them just for fun. Here's some bones I threw in this one because it said there was bones in this room. So this is has armor and such in it. So I have a couple mannequins. Anyway, so I added all these things. I even added some charcoal for these fireplaces for the blacksmith tools that they find. Over here, I distressed the floor some more. I distressed the center part of it here too. Made it a little bit more old. Broke up the little monotony of just the main map. Um, Added some statues here that glow in the dark. So when you turn on lighting, see the statues glow. Ooh. Um, so that's all the work I did on this guy. Come on, turn on lighting. There it is. And being players, I also tweaked this tunnel, made this tunnel, because before it looked like this. So I made it look like a real tunnel. Anyway, so, uh-oh, there we go. So I've done all this work on this map, getting it all ready to go. And my players came in, fought a bunch of people in here. By the way, I added the shadow for the balcony we were just talking about. They came down here and went up the stairs. Yep. So all this area over here, all this area over here, all these couple rooms over here, they didn't go through. They just went straight upstairs. So here I am thinking, psh, I'm good. I can work on my other campaigns. I've got a while before they're gonna get, 3 or 4 sessions before I have to worry about them going upstairs. Nope, they went straight down and straight upstairs. So that's why we're doing this today, to try to catch up to our players. Here's the balcony. So we're good with this. I think all I'm going to do is just add some shadow. So I'll go ahead and do that now, just so that you can, the players won't be confused. And I'll show you how to do that. We have Atomic Hero Squad in his house. Definitely, I do want to give a big shout out to Atomic Hero Squad, especially he is there on a lot of my streams. Just for those of you who don't know anything about streaming, you have to have a bunch of these different requirements to become what's called an affiliate, where people can add cheer bits and subscribe to you and stuff. And when you can actually start making money, start giving emotes and doing cool stuff on the stream. And the only thing that's been stopping me for almost a year now is number of viewers. You have to have 3, and that's for the average for the month. And I'm now in large part due to Atomic at 2.8. I am so close. So thank you so much, Atomic. I really appreciate you. I really think once I hit that affiliate mark, things will start rolling a little bit more, and I'll be able to do a lot more, have a lot more fun on the stream. We have things, thanks to Mantha, my chief moderator. She's also done a lot of work in getting the stream up and running and being more interactive in the stream, you can type things like quote, follow age, different characters as we play. So you can see any night when I'm doing live streams, because of Mantha, you can now see the what the characters are, so I don't have to sit there and do character introductions every single time. Just type the exclamation point and the character name, and boom, gives you a little blurb about the character. So it's really cool. So thank you, Mantha. Thank you, Atomic. Zinlu, don't forget he's here as well. Check them all out. Um, I appreciate you guys very much. But let's get back to this map, shall we? So what we're going to do is, because this is on the second floor, and the only thing that they can interact with on here is the balcony. They can jump off and do other stuff too. The point is, this is just an open area. We're going to add an effect layer. So you go here to your effects, go here to add layer. Poof, it makes us a new layer. So now we're going to look, I could do something crazy like clouds or um, stuff like that. All I'm going to do is change the color. Uh, so we can either go grayscale, we can go sepia, which is like a brownish. I think I'm going to go, or I can just do straight color, adjust colors. I'm going to do adjust colors because I don't want it to be just grayscale. And we're going to go with, let's see, so now we're going to enable the mask. And we're going to, first of all, reveal area. Right here, click on that, make sure that's clicked. This one is hide area. So we're going to reveal this area is our map. Is our mask. So right now I have the red pumped up just so I can see where the mask is. Now I go to hide area, and if you hold control, if you hold shift, alt, there it is, alt. So hold alt, you can then draw freehand, boink. I'm just going to let them see the, boy, I'm shaky today. There we go. There we go. All right, so now they can see the balcony. So now, if I wanted to be anal, I could go through it and do something like this. Because the pillars aren't actually, they come through the go back to reveal, hold alt. So the pillars, like I said, it's a 40-foot high ceiling and the pillars go through it. So this is all they can see from where they are. Hold down alt, free draw. They did fix the Control Z. So those of you who were waiting for it, what had happened was they were having a lot of issues because there are so many layers and so many different things going on with Fantasy Grounds Unity. They were having problems with it with Control Z, but they were then able to fix it. All right, so now let's actually go to the color that we want. We're going to turn this down, turn this down. So this is similar to what I do for my shade when I do, oh, it's 25. When I do shading, this is not opacity. Okay, so here's dark. I like having it be a little bit darkness. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look here and see. Click, click, go to layers, and then click adjust colors. So now we've got our basic darkness, and now all I'm going to do is just turn it down. So I went to layers, make sure that the layer select is on, select your adjust colors, and turn down the opacity of that darkness. Let's see, maybe. All right, so since that's not going to work, we'll switch to something else. FX. Let's try. And Drake Takes is here. Welcome, Drake Takes. He's the one that does my opening video. And speaking of witches, let me give you guys something special here. It's a little sneak peek. Svenzo Nashkel Homebrew Campaign, twitch.tv, Svenster77. So this is my Wednesday night campaign. It's my Nashkel Homebrew. What does this mean? This slide? One, it means I have a slide now for it. So I can throw that up there at different times. But Drake Takes is also in the process of doing the video for my Wednesday campaign. I have one for my late night campaign with my brother and my daughter and my son, D&D, and then I have one for my prepping videos. And now I will have one for Wednesday night. It looks like it's going to be done. Fingers crossed. It looks like he's got my he's got round draft number 2 sitting in my inbox waiting for me to look at. See? Right there. So we'll check that out. And you can check it out too Wednesday night at 6:30 or on the Using the Tubes. Check it out. They're uploaded to you already. I think both are looking good. Awesome. So what do you think, guys? Do we want to take a look now? I don't know. I think I should. All right. So let's go to. Since we added my daughter to the. I don't know if I can just play the thing or not. Let's see. No, I don't want to save it. I just want to play it. All right, so we're gonna have to download it real quick. Put it into my streaming stuff. Streaming. All right, so I have my Icespire Peak intro already, so we want to make sure this is dated cool, so it won't overwrite that. Click Save. And then the new one is Nashkel. So we're going to save that puppy. So we have this one already. This is the old one. We're going to delete you. Delete. Nashkel. Save. It already exists. I don't trust it because it shouldn't exist. But okay. So now we go into OBS. Let's see. I don't think I can just play it. Let me see. Loading, it says. Nope, it's just downloading it. All right, so let's try one last thing. See if I can just play it. Go into my folder, into my double click it and see what happens. Ooh, it's working, maybe. Yep, there it is. Can you hear it? Awesome, awesome, awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. Um, yes, so that has changed for Thursdays, 7 to 9. So we're playing that this week. So we added in my daughter, Lolin, her character, the Genasi. We also put in, and by we I mean Drake, put in the group photo. So I made that. I did that on stream actually. So you guys can check that out. How you make a group photo. So this is the first time I'm seeing this Nashkel. Not sure what music we went with, or we were looking at a couple different ones. So we'll see. Marbanya did the music for my prepping one, the one you guys watched today. So let's see what this one looks like. Drum roll, folks. Awesome. All right, so the only thing on here we're missing is the group photo, but that is great. So we had looked at the, uh, notice they have their little uh, familiars showing as well. Very cool. Awesome. So Drake does a great job at these. Um, I started the show by showing you on Patreon that I support Prop S maps. I actually give more support to Drake Takes, also on Patreon. So I support him every month. Um, one of the reasons is because he does stuff like this. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Really well done. I like this a lot. First time I'm seeing this one. Very cool. So we'll probably change the music on this one as well. I don't know for sure. We're still going back and forth. Marbanya has made some more music for me as well. Um, should put the date on the splash page too. Yep. Yeah. So the yeah. So pretty much the only thing that's missing in that Nashkel one is the group photo. Um, I don't care as much the if we're being nitpicky, the Icefire Peak one doesn't have the date in it either. Um, oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, it did. It said 7 to 9. Okay, never mind. Thursday, 7 to 9. Um, yeah, so I'm not really as worried about that date and the time, just because every once in a blue moon it changes. But um, that's folks. Drake Takes doing his job amazingly well. Check him out. He's also a streamer. He does live play D&D. Uh, I am in several of his games, so we'll be playing tonight, as a matter of fact. Um, at today's Tuesday, 5 to 8 my time, 8 to 11 Eastern time. So you can check his stuff out. I host it, so on my channel, so you can then follow the link and go to him. If you want to interact with the chat, you can buy stuff like Clyde, the poo slinging monkey, and have poos thrown at the players. I mean the characters, not the players, but the characters. Uh, you can buy healing potions or advantage or disadvantage for the monsters or us, either way. Um, So let's get back to this. The whole point of this, by the way, is that I just want to show, it to show that this area out here. I think what I'm going to do is put mist and then just make it to where it doesn't move. Is that 50, I think? 50 is where it doesn't move at all. 50. All right, so let's try something else. Let's see. Mist isn't working. Ocean just makes it look like, see, it just makes it all wiggly and wavy. Hmm. I just don't know. Let's see. Let's go back to colors and see if we can get these colors to work right. Let's go with grayscale. Let's go with, there we go. I'm just going to go with grayscale. Um, Grayscale it out. So they come in, they can see the pillars, and they just notice that the rest of the room is funky. That works for me. There you go. So compared to the other map, this is nice and clear. This is grayscale. And you'll notice because I exposed where it is as I adjust the effects, those changes stay with it. I can also click on it and duplicate it. So I've already got everything picked out. Let's go to time of day and go to, there we go. See, so now we can just go boom. There we go. That's the way you do it. Mm -mm. All right, so we got, there you go. So this indicates, again, we can even make this more darker. Boom, that you are on the second floor. You can't see anything else. All right, so this is bugging me. I'm going to go in and go to the hide. Click on my alt. Reveal. There we go. We want reveal because we're revealing the mask. I was thinking hiding the map. No, we are revealing the mask. Draw, draw, draw. Boof. There we go. All right, does it have to be perfect? No. Would my players care? Probably not. They probably wouldn't even notice. I notice though, and it bugs me. So we're fixing it. I'm holding down Alt, drawing. To get rid of some of this weirdness. Holding down Alt, draw. There we go. All right, so they're going to come into here. This is the balcony, and this is just the lower floor below them. Simple as that. I'm also going to, just because I want to, I'm going to add a little bit of shadow. So shadows are pretty quick. Going to my assets. I'm going to go to gonna have to keep it in this might take a moment as we do SHAD because there's gonna be a lot of shadows and shades and things, but I don't remember. See, boom, there we go. So here we go. Here's our flat one. I'm gonna start with this guy. Go to our layers. Oops. Here we go. Boom. Go to our layers. Come on. There we are. We're going to go to the stamping tool. Take and drag it into here. Boom. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just be adding some shadow to these two rooms so it looks deep. Let's take a look at what the other shapes of shadows we have. There we go. This is the area I was looking at. We can go with this guy. I was torn between these two. Let's go with this guy just to start with. Slap him in here. So you see the size is 3 by 6. It's a little bigger than what I want. 3. So let's go with width is fine. Let's see. Width is 1. And we'll go with unlock it and go with 3. See if my thinking is correct, or else I'm going to want to turn it. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. Paint. That's why it was looking all weird. So we're doing the same thing. We're just going to throw the shadow in here. Boom. We want we're going to turn, see, so now you can see what it looks like. Boom. I like the way that is for the most part. So now we can go to the tint, and I turn down the opacity because I'll eventually want it that dark, but what this does is it allows me to layer it. So we're going to put in the stamp. What that means is the more times I click it, the darker it gets. So I can tweak it a little bit. All right, so it's overlapping in that one square here. So we want it to be 5. All right, so we'll do a couple more, add a couple more shade here. Boom, boom. Rotate it. We can also bring it down to the width being 1. Oops, no, I don't want that. I want the width to stay what it was, which was 3, I think. Maybe it was 2. There we go. Make it a little smaller. The height, we're going to change it to 2. There we go. So now we just throw in a couple more. So they step out here and they look into the room. I'm going to add this guy. And again, bring down the opacity so I can just add it as needed. I like 100 typically. I might go a little bit less. So what this is doing is just going to make it a little bit more. It's not going to fade as much, you'll notice, as the other one did. Boom. Okay, so now when you look at the room, we come in, gives you more of the impression that you're looking down. I am now going to find my circle right here. Hello, I just dropped it into the room. So we will delete, go back to my painting layer. That's important because otherwise you can't find where your shade is and stuff. iSpire is updated with a nice group image. Awesome. See, it's one of the reasons I like Drake. He's fast, he's efficient, he's really good at what he does. I like it a lot. All right, so let's go back to the aspect locked. So because as I tweak one, it's a circle. So I don't want it to be an oblong. I want it to be exact. I'm going to go to 1.5. So what I'm trying to do now is get the posts. All right, so we are going to go to 2. There we go. Problem is there's no way to put it underneath the original layer. So that's not going to work. Not going to worry about the post then, because it would be, I could use something like this and just tap it in, make it really small. Bring down the opacity to 100. So you could do it if you wanted to. I'm not going to keep it, but you could then add it like this. Just tap it as much as you wanted for the shade, as dark and as light as you wanted. You can have it come out, anything like that. Go to erase. Shows you the parts you're going to erase. And I got rid of some of my shadow here, so we'll just add that back in. Paint, painting, shadow, 100. And 3. Unclick the aspect ratio because we only want it 3 wide. There we go. And turn it. We'll click at this corner first. Make sure we're in stamp mode. And then turn it. So there's our shade. Again, so the whole concept is you step into the room. It's what it looked like before. Now when they step onto the balcony, they come in and they see, oh, we're actually above. Back to our layers, to our time of effects, time of day. All right, so that's our balcony. How long have we been going? Almost an hour. All right, so let's take a look at go back to our play mode. And we have the Upper East Barracks. The ghouls trash this room, leaving behind wrecked cots, chairs, tables, and other furnishings. A blackened fireplace is set into the east wall, its chimney rising 20 feet to the outside. Characters can use this chimney to enter or exit the fortress. All right, so we will throw this down here as a reference. Take and move our map over a little bit. Zoom it on in. Zoomy, zoomy, zoom. Inkling of a song there. I just don't remember it. Go to back to our painting. So we'll add a little bit of sootness. Yes, that's a word. I don't want to hear it. To the fireplace. Again, we're going to bring it way down. By weight, we're going to go to 75 this time. And we're just going to add it in. Boom. Oops, we go to stamp. We're in a new painting layer. This is going to be Upper Barracks. Maybe even spell it right. Make sure it's clicked. And then we start adding in some shade. There you go. Looks a little sooty to me. They take is holding their action, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. All right, so there we go. We got some soot. So now we need to find some trash. I don't know that I have any trash. Let's take a look and see. Search for trash. Nothing. All right, so let's go with rubble. Rubble, rubble, rubble. Nice. I did not even know I had these. That's great. So we'll go with this so I could add it to as a paint layer. In this case, I'm just going to go to my layers and I'm just going to throw them on. Bam. Um, bam. See what this is. Boom. So this is like a crate with crap in it. I like the spider web on that one. I don't really care for the crate with the crap in it, so we're going to throw it away. Delete. Boink. I like those two, and then we're going to put these below these. So I'm going to make this one a little smaller. So I've got it clicked. My layer, my selection, and I can either tweak it this way, or I'm just going to hold down Control. Nope, I'm not. Bring it down. If it was a token, holding down Control and moving your mouse wheel would work. All right, so we're just going to move him over and turn it. If you hold Control, you can then move it freely. So I'm going to go ahead and push this over in the corner. Now go down to my other layer. We're going to put this over here. Hold Control, slide it up against the wall a little bit. Boom. Then I'm going to take another one of those because I like that one. Let's see what this is. I don't think I'm going to use it. Why not? We're going to change it to half the size. And then we're going to rotate it a little bit. Just going to throw it on in the pile here. I'm going to make it a little less visible. Okay. Boom. So this looks like some ripped fabric. And then we're going to take this guy because I like him a lot. Throw him in here. We're going to change the size a little bit. We're going to flip it. There we go. So it doesn't look like it's the same thing. And turn it. And we're going to tint it, change the color a little bit to, let's see. There you go. Break up the monotony a bit. And then we're going to change the size, make it a little bit, let's go with bigger, shall we? Go, drag it down here. And we're going to put it underneath the ones there. Now we're going to take this rubble, boom. change the color a little bit. I'm liking the gray. Let's see. Whoa. There we go. It's more brownish. Let's go with darker brown. There we go. Turn down the opacity just a smidge. Okay, boom. Now we're going to move it over to there. We're going to turn it. So this I'm going to manually hold control so we can just turn it a little bit like that. And then we're going to stick this underneath everything else. And now, because I like this, we're going to duplicate it, duplicate the layer. Take the second one. See, we've got it selected. We're going to move it down. We're going to flip it. We're going to shrink it. Move it over to here. And again, put it down below. All right, so there's a mess. And that's exactly what we wanted. But we're going to do one other thing to make it look cool. We're going to make a fold. Actually, I'm going to take these two. Let's see. So I want the two chairs and things I made. That's this guy and this guy. And we're going to make a copy. So we have our two copies here. And what we do is we change the tint. We go 0, 0, 75. And is it 50 or 100? I forget. 50. Nope. 100. There we go. Give me just a second. All right, and so now we're going to, so we made all the colors. What you do is you then drop those two layers below. You've got the two selected, so you're going to drag them both down below the other two. And then shift it down. Hold control. And what that does, he's not below, he's still above. So it's a little clearer when you're not messing around as much. So let's turn some of these off. All right, he's on top, good. He's on bottom, so I mean he's on top also, so we need to bring him down. There we go. So what it did is it added shadow. By tweaking it, moving it, shifting it down, everything there has shadow. So it looks like this mess is on top of this, which is what we wanted. All right, so there's our mess in the room. Boom. Just like that, we are good to go. Let's go ahead and add some aging. So if you look at our other map from down below, lower. You can see if you zoom in here, you see this stuff makes it look a little distressed. See? It just gives it a little bit more aging effect. Um, so I'm going to be adding that. Oh, hello. Don't know what happened. I had this selected, so, and I have it all as tint. So we click on this. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. There we go. Yeah. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to change the color of your entire map. Basic map. Okay, boom. All right. So that is what all I'm gonna be doing for today. Let's get rid of this so you can see and have a better idea. So that's what we've done. We added some effects to our balcony room. So they step in, they can't do anything with that stuff down below. We've got looked at some videos. We added some trash and broken mess up here because the ghouls trashed it. I might think about spreading that out, but I like it the way it is. I actually think it turned out pretty well. I could add, you can add shadow to this one as well if you want. Sure, let's do that. So one more time, since the last time didn't go very smoothly, let me show you what this is. Go here to layer, click on this right here, boom. The other thing, the issue is that these are all called rubble, so it's a little harder and when you have things that are have other names that are than just all the same name. It makes it a little clearer to understand what you're doing. But what you do is you click it, copy it, go to you've got your copy selected, go to your tint, 0, 0. I want to say it's 50 and then 75 is what I usually do, 75. I might boost it up to 100. And then what you do is you then take that copy, hold control, shift it down. Yeah, it needs to be higher than that. Go to 100. Oh, this is on 24. That's why it should be 50. 50 and 100. Okay, so what this is doing is see, you got your shadows. Perfectly matches that. You go down to about there. I think that's good for shadow. I'm going to bring this up a little bit to 75. On 10. Boom. And then we take and bring this down below the one it's on. See? So now as you zoom in, you've got the shadow. And you can even do that with everything in the room. So say, for example, I wanted to do this with this bedroom furniture and the statues and stuff, or all the stuff in here. Put it in a folder right here. Add a folder. Select the Banshee room. Everything in this Banshee room is in one folder. So I can then go and copy the folder, make shadows, and then everything in the room will have a shadow. Just like that. And that, my friends, is how you do it. So hey, that brings me to just over an hour. I'm going to, if you want to see how this plays out, come join us tomorrow night, Wednesday. We'll be playing. Let's take a look at the Icespire Peak one that he says he tweaked as we head out. Let's see. Is this Icespire Peak? Yes. 831. I'm going to rewrite it. Yes. Icefire Peak had the group photo. It's the Nashkel that didn't have the group photo, by the way. I don't know if he's still listening to me in that, but it was, yeah, it wasn't the wasn't Icefire Peak, it was the Nashkel that didn't have the group photo, my friend. I think. Let's check, because I remember this having the. Cancel. Get out of here and go to my. There we go. Goodness sakes, people. Oh, looks like it's misnamed. That's easy enough to fix. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is just, it says Icefire Peak, but it's actually Nashkel Humble. Awesome. So I can change that. So let me do that now. Let me go to streaming. There it is. Here are my pictures. And that one was this one. So I'll rename it as Nashkel Intro. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, guys. Well, hey, Crick's picture cracks me up. Gleefully finger shooting. Yes, he zaps a lot of people with lightning, so it's perfect for him. Yep, I